Hi, my name is Mike, and this is my first YouTube video. And I decided today to do a video on full body MRI scans. It's preventative medicine. They've been around for a while now, and there's been a lot of recent controversy in the news because people like Kim Kardashian, I guess, are going and getting these scans done, and other celebrities. And so the media is it's caught their attention, and they've done some stories on this. MRI body scans have been around for several years now, full body scans. Before that, they had high-speed CT scans, which would do full body scan. I had one done about 20 years ago, and I recently had a full body MRI done a few weeks ago, and I'm going to walk you through that experience and why I think it's the best thing out there nowadays with this technology. I think everybody should get a full body MRI. And people are going to say, well, we don't have the money for that, and they're going to argue that it's not worth it. But you know what? Everybody can come up with a couple $1,000s to check your health, and that's the most important thing. And these scans they're non-invasive. They don't have radiation. They're very accurate. It's a head-to-toe scan. It's going to tell you everything that's inside your body, anything that might be wrong: cancers, tumors, MS, aneurysms, hernias, everything. And it's going to show herniated discs. It basically takes a picture of the inside of your body, and a radiologist then reviews it. It's thousands of pictures. They review it, and they give you a report on every single detail in your body. And let me tell you something. It's worth it. You're a moron if you think it's not. These doctors out there, physicians, they'll go on camera, and they'll tell people, oh, it's not worth it. Don't get a full body MRI. It's not worth it. Why? Why? It's preventative medicine. They tell you to go get a mammogram every year, which is the same exact thing for a woman. Get a mammogram. It's a screening to see if you have breast cancer. Why wouldn't these doctors recommend a full body MRI for people to go out there and see if they have any tumors growing, any cancers, aneurysms that might be an issue? Why? Why do they tell people not to do it? They tell people because they don't think it's worth the money. But if someone wants to go into their own pocket, take $2,000 or $2,500 and give it to an MRI place to do a full body scan, that's their prerogative. Insurance doesn't pay for it. It's someone taking money out of their own pocket because they want to be proactive with their health to see if they have anything they have to worry about. Why do these doctors telling people it's not worth it? Because they're idiots. They know it's worth it. I want any doctor out there, any physician, if you're really a doctor, show me a study that shows that if you detect a cancer in its infancy, that it's not going to prolong your life or save your life. Show me a study. You're not going to be able to. Period. You're just saying these things because it's a money issue. But if people don't care about money and want to go get these scans and pay out of their own pocket, why are you telling them not to do it? It saves lives. It really does. Mammograms save lives. Cancer screening saves lives. DNA cancer screening saves lives. Show me a study. Show me a study. If you're a doctor, show me a study that says that if you get an MRI full body scan and a tumor is found in its infancy, that it's not going to prolong or save your life. You're not going to find a study like that because any moron can figure out that if you find cancer early and you cut it out or you give chemotherapy, it's going to either cure or prolong that person's life by many years. You'd be a fool to think otherwise. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or a doctor to figure that out. So these doctors are doing a disservice to people when they go on camera and they say, we don't recommend a full body MRI screening for cancer or other disease. They're morons. And I'll debate any doctor. Any doctor. If you went to medical school, I didn't. I have a degree in criminology, a Bachelor of Science in criminology. I don't know anything about medicine, but I know how to read studies. So if you're a physician, debate me on this. Physicians should be telling people, if you can afford it, which everyone can, by the way. I don't want anybody to say, well, it's $2,000. I can't come up with that money. Sure you can. You can come up with that money for your kids to go see a Taylor Swift concert. You can come up with that money to go out drinking for the weekend with your buddies up north, or take your kids to Cedar Point Amusement Park, or go buy a new purse for yourself, or some fancy rims for your car, or how about that hot tub you always wanted for your backyard? You can come up with $2,000 for that. but you can't come up with $2,000 to go get a body scan to see if you potentially have cancer or an aneurysm or some other disease that might kill you, that you can take care of in its early stages and you'll survive. It's a bunch of BS when people say that. Anyone can come up with $2,000. If you know 20 people, which everyone does, you can go to each person and say, hey, can I borrow $100? Everybody in the United States can come up with $2,000, no matter what. I don't care who you are. How about get a second job for a couple of weeks? You'll make $2,000. But people have choices in life. They make choices. If they don't want to get a body scan, that's your personal choice. But I don't like it when doctors go out there and tell people that they shouldn't get a body scan. There's no radiation. It's not invasive. It's not very costly at all. And it's going to save your life potentially. So I want to walk you through what I did for this scan. It's a real simple process. I called up a place called Bionic Body Scan, BIONICC, I think it is. It's in Michigan, in the Detroit area. And I scheduled the appointment. A couple weeks later, I went in. I chose to finance it. I have the money to pay for it, but I said, wait a second, you have zero interest financing for 12 months. I'll take it. Then it's a couple $100 a month payment. Big deal. So I got approved for the financing, which I didn't have to do. I could have got the $2,000 and paid it. Doesn't matter. Anybody can come up with $2,000, but they do have financing. So, and it's interest free. So I chose that route. I went to the place, and it's about an hour. You're in this little machine. You lay on the bed, and there's no injection, no dye, no nothing. You just lay on the bed. They put headphones on you. You can listen to music if you want, or they just put earplugs in. I chose the earplugs. I didn't want to listen to music. And you lay down on your back, and the machine scans you. And you're not in this tube or whatever. You're kind of, it's like a donut-shaped thing, and you kind of go in there, but you just close your eyes and basically fall asleep. And in an hour, and it went by quick. In an hour, it's over. You come out of the machine. They tell you, okay, a doctor's going to call you in a few days or a week or whatever and tell you the results. So I went home. I waited a few days. The doctor calls me, and he started reading the results on the phone. He said, look, here's the results of your scan. Number one, you have some enlarged lymph nodes under your armpits. You need to go see a doctor about that. And I was like concerned. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. It's lymphoma, whatever. So he's like, okay, number two, you have some herniations in your neck, your discs, whatever. I'm 52 years old. So you're going to have these things. And there were some other things that were just, I already knew about, and it's no big deal. It wasn't life-threatening. But the number one thing on there was the enlarged lymph nodes that I had. And so I was concerned about that. I'm like, oh my God, I've got lymphoma. My grandfather died of lymphoma. Oh my God. So I looked up lymphoma symptoms, and it's night sweats, loss of weight, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have any of that. So I said, okay, it's probably not lymphoma, but I'm going to go to the doctor and get it checked out. So a friend of mine's a doctor. I went there the next day. I got my blood drawn to check for my white blood cell, red blood cell, CBC, whatever. And he ran the test. He said, you're fine. You don't have lymphoma. You'd have things wrong with your blood or leukemia or whatever. He said, but you can get it further checked out. So I went to my regular doctor. I had an appointment coming up, and my regular doctor does scans with ultrasound. Every few months, he'll scan different organs. Well, I had a kidney scan coming up, and this is like a week later. So when I was there, I said to the technologist or whatever, the tech that does the scan, ultrasound, I said, hey, can you check under my armpit? There's a 2.5 centimeter, which is almost an inch, lymph node. I had a body scan, and I want to check that out, see if it's really there. So she ran it over there real quick, and it was still there. So then when I went into the room with the doctor, I said, hey, I got this body scan. I have some swollen lymph nodes. They're kind of large. I want to get checked out. He said, okay, you got a couple choices. Do nothing or go see an oncologist and see what they say. So I said, I'll go see an oncologist. So he said, fine. I made an appointment with an oncologist. I went into, it was a week or two later, I went in to see him. He felt the lymph nodes. They were round, they moved around, they were soft, which is all good signs. He said it's probably not lymphoma or cancer, but there's a couple choices you can make. We can do a PET scan, and we can do blood work, a special test they have to see if it's lymphoma. I forgot the name of the test. But anyway, I said, I'll do the test right here in your office, send me the results, and then I'll set up a PET scan if I want to do that. So they drew the blood. A few days later, I got the test results back, and everything was fine with my blood. no lymphoma, no leukemia. It's a great test. I don't cyto something or other it's called, but they did it. It was through a cancer specialist place, and no cancer. So now I have a PET scan that I'm going to go get just to verify everything. And then if that comes back good, I'm not going to go get a biopsy. It's a waste. You don't want to be invasive. You want to do all these tests so they're not cutting into you. All the tests I've just talked about so far are blood work, imaging. Those are things that could rule out cancer or potential cancer. So I'm waiting for a PET scan appointment. I'm probably going to go get that in a couple weeks. If that comes back clean, then everything's fine. If it doesn't come back clean, then I probably will get a biopsy on the lymph node just to be 100% sure if it's malignant or not. So those are choices that I make. I could have done nothing after I got the body scan. I could have done nothing. I could have said, okay, I got some swollen lymph nodes. I'll go back next year and see if they're still there. Okay. No money out of my pocket, no doctor's visits, nothing. That's a choice I make. Or I go to my doctor like I did for a visit. Sends me, or gives me the option to go to an oncologist. I made that choice. I paid out of my pocket. It cost me $300-400 to go see the oncologist. Big deal. And then I'm going to have a PET scan done. Okay? And the blood work that was done, it was, $100 or $200 for the blood work or whatever it is. So I've got $2,500 in the body scan, and then maybe $1,000 or $1,500 in imaging and blood tests and doctor's visits that I chose to make out of my pocket. So for, let's say, $4,000 or $5,000, I know I'm 100% cancer free. Now, that's a choice that I made. It's preventative. It's non-invasive. You're a complete idiot if you don't get this done. A complete idiot. The technology is there to scan your whole body, the inside of your whole body. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? You get your oil changed every 3,000 miles, or you should. I mean, there's things that you do to upkeep your maintenance on your house, your vehicle, whatever, but you're not worried about your body, what might be growing inside, what you could save yourself if you catch something early, an aneurysm in your head or your aorta, something that's going to pop, an aneurysm. You may have a brain, a tumor or something, but it might be benign, and you've been walking around with your whole life. Who knows? But I think it's better to know what's inside your body, and then you'll have the choice to do what you want to do, either leave it alone or just wait and see what happens, or get it taken care of. Go to every doctor in town. Who cares? It's your money. It's not like insurance is paying for all these doctor's visits. If you find something, and you have health insurance, it's going to cover it, cancer or whatever. But you got to get that scan done. Pay the money out of your pocket, a couple $1,000s, big deal. Anyone can come up with that. Don't tell me you can't, because you're lying. You're going out and partying and going to restaurants and going on vacation for the weekend, buying your kids' tickets to Taylor Swift or whatever. Take that money, go get a body scan. Get one for each member of your family. Why not? Take a loan out if you have to. Pay it back. It's interest-free. It's interest-free. It's free financing, the body scan. So get it done, and then you're going to know what's inside your body. Now, everything's fine with me. I've got the enlarged lymph nodes. I'm taking care of that. If it's 99%, it's non-cancerous. But then again, my grandfather died from lymphoma. So that's why I was concerned about it. Okay? If you don't have a family history of it, maybe, make other choices. Don't go see the doctor if you don't want to. But it's your choice to go see the doctor. So these doctors that are out there saying that, these scans are no good, they'll show things, everybody has something in their body, they're going to show things and you're going to be worried. It's not about being worried, and it's not up to that doctor to determine whether people should be worried or not. These doctors should say, yes, it's a screening MRI. You can get it done if you want. I encourage you to get it done. I'm not going to order you to get it done, but if you want to know what's inside your body, go get a full body MRI. Any doctor that says negative things about it is an idiot, and I will debate you on it. Bring me your studies. Bring me your proof. And I know what study they're going to bring up. The American Radiologists Association said that it's not economically feasible or financially, it doesn't financially show that, it's going to save lives or whatever. It's all about finances. But taking the money out of the equation, who cares? It's not up to you as a doctor to say whether or not a patient is wasting their money or not. If they want to spend $2,000 on a scan, let them do it. It could save their life. Show me otherwise. Show me that it won't. And if you're a real doctor, you know that if you catch cancer early, the survivability goes up drastically. It can be cured, or you can prolong life for years and years and years. And if that wasn't the case, then they wouldn't recommend mammograms for women. Come on, it's the same thing. You recommend mammogram screenings for women to see if there's tumors that can be caught early to save their lives, okay? But you don't recommend a full body MRI that someone could pay out of their own pocket, a couple grand, not a big amount of money, that could save their lives with every organ in their body, not just breast cancer. And not just cancers, but aneurysms, hernias, MS, picks up things in the brain that show MS. There are many things that this MRI picks up, not just cancers. And I don't even know all of them. But my report was about 5 pages long. It had every single detail organ. I got the disc, and you put it in the computer, and you can see your whole body, the insides. Now, I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not a radiologist, but I'm telling you right now, you can see your spine and your brain and everything. And where they said on my report that I had enlarged lymph nodes, I went to that image, and I saw them. Now, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I did see something abnormal there. And it was a swollen lymph node. 2.5 centimeters, which is about 1 inch in diameter. Now, maybe I have some infection somewhere or whatever. I had sinus infection, maybe it drained down, who knows. But the fact is, for a doctor to say that, oh, you shouldn't go do that, you're an idiot. I call you out on it for what you are. You need to, as a physician, say, you know what, it's a screening, imaging screening for cancer and other disease, and I recommend, I know it will show up, I recommend to go get it. If you don't want to, don't go get it. As long as it's not costing the public as a whole and making people's insurance rates go up, then everyone should go out and have the choice to go out and pay $2,000 out of their own pocket to see what's inside their body. So don't discourage people from doing that. The technology is here. I had it done. I'm going to get it done every year or every 2 years, whatever. And it prevents disease from growing in your body. You need to find out what's inside of you, and you have that choice to do that. So I encourage everyone to go out there, get an MRI full body scan. You have the money, you can come up with the money, don't make excuses. There are some people who don't care. I have relatives, don't care. Oh, if I have cancer, I'll just die one day. Well, that's your choice, then don't go get a scan. It's a stupid choice in my opinion, but it's your choice. You don't want to go proactively see what's inside your body, then don't do it. But doctors shouldn't discourage people from doing it. Okay? The technology is there. We're in the 21st century. The machines are everywhere. Go get a full body MRI. Pay the money, finance it, borrow the money if you don't have it, sell some items that you don't need, whatever. Okay? Or don't take that trip to Cedar Point for the weekend or whatever, the amusement park or Disney World or whatever. Pay the money, go get it done. You're going to be happy. You're going to, when the week that you're waiting for the results, you're going to be like, oh my God, what is going to happen? What are the results going to be? But when the doctor calls you and explains things to you, you're going to be relieved. And if there is something that you need to worry about, you're going to be relieved that you found it, and you're going to go to the doctor and get it taken care of. So once again, it's my first video. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm just a guy who is proactive with my health, and I want to spread the word to people and just give you my experience of what it was to get a full body MRI. Go out and do it. Don't listen to these idiot doctors that are telling you it's not worth it, because it is. Do not listen to these idiot doctors. Go out and get the scan. That's my recommendation. Prove me wrong, okay, if you think you can. But go out and get it for peace of mind. You're going to feel better, and if something is there, you're going to get it taken care of, and you're going to live a lot longer. Thanks for watching.